Well, apparently Gemini is just very good at turning a 2D flat picture into something that looks 3D like this one in just a few seconds. So this is known as the isometric 3D view, and this style or this perspective is very popular in some video games, and also this is the typical way for a 3D asset to be displayed on the internet. Now in this video, I'll show you how you can create this effect from any picture using Gemini AI, but later I'll show you how you can turn that picture into a literal 3D asset that you can open with Blender or some 3D software out there, and here's how you can do it. First, let's go to gemini.google.com, or you can use the mobile app version of Gemini, and after that you can upload the picture by clicking on this plus button and then select upload files and then pick the picture. But for me, I'm gonna be using this picture of a woman riding a horse, and I'll just right click on the picture, click copy image, and then paste that into Gemini. Now after the picture has been provided to Gemini, you can use one of these prompts to turn that into a 3D isometric view. You can use this simple prompt, or you can use this one that gives you a bit more control, and that is the one that I'll use for this video. And by the way, all the prompts should be available in the video description. Now in this case, I'll try to select that the main subject would be the woman and the horse, and also the background is going to be bright green. There you go. Click tools, click create images, and send the message. So this prompt will work quite well in a lot of different pictures, but sometimes there are some pictures that might not be working with this prompt. One example is the interior photo. For some reason, I never able to get it right, and no matter what prompt that I use, it just not able to process a picture of a room interior, like a kitchen, living room, or something like that. I have no idea why, and I guess that's the limitation of this project. Now, we got this picture, and I think it looks pretty good. Click download, and we are ready for the next step, which is turning this picture into a literal 3D asset. So, to do that, just navigate to copilot.microsoft.com. This is one example, but there's also another tool that I will demonstrate in this video. But for now, let's just focus using Copilot. And it's going to be copilot.microsoft.com, and this is actually very similar to ChatGPT, and it's a great alternative to ChatGPT. Now to create a 3D asset, click Labs, and then navigate to Copilot 3D and click Try Now. And after that, click Upload Image, select the picture, and click Open. Just click Create and just wait. So this is actually very fast. It is not the best, but it is fast and the quality is decent, and I guess you could use it for the initial draft for your 3D project. And you might be able to use Blender to, you know, fix or correct all the rough edges from this AI creation, but I think it's still a great tool if you are working with some 3D asset. So I got this result. Yeah, it's not perfect, but again, it is good enough for the initial draft. You can click this button to download the file, and you can use some 3D software to open it. Now let's move on with this one, Hunyuan 3D 2.1. It is a bit better, but it takes a bit longer. And by the way, this is open source, so technically you can download this tool to your computer and then run it locally, but you need some technical know-how to actually run this model. But still, you can just navigate to this URL, which will be available in the description, so you can try the demo completely for free without some technical know-how. Now here, you can just upload the picture, just wait for it, and yeah, there you go. So click Gen Shape. This will take about 20 to 30 seconds, and later we can turn that into an asset with texture. Right now it's just creating the 3D asset, but not the texture, but later we can add some texture. Now at this point you might be wondering, why not just upload the original picture into Copilot 3D or into Hunyuan 3D 2.1? Isn't that just the same? Well, you can, but in this case I think Gemini is just the best tool for making or reimagining a picture from a different vantage point. So it's just much better than any other tool, and basically we can use the power of Gemini to create a more consistent picture and then use that picture into a 3D subject, or 3D object using Hunyuan 3D 2.1 or Copilot 3D. So I would say using Gemini Nano Banana is just the smart choice if you want to create or turn a picture into a 3D asset. Now we got this picture, and after that you can click Gen Texture and just wait for about 2 or maybe 3 minutes depending on the complexity of the scene, and later you can get the 3D asset from this generation. I'll just skip forward and show you the next step. Alright, so I got this version, which doesn't look good, but I would say it's a bit better, a bit more detailed than Copilot 3D. Now to download this, you can navigate to the bottom, and then on the export menu, you can select the file type. And also you can specify the target face number. This will increase the detail, the fidelity of the picture. Just click transform, and after that, the download button should be available, and then you can click it and you will get the GLB file or whatever file format that you selected, and you can download that into your computer. So that's basically how you can use Gemini to turn a picture into a 3D isometric view in just a few seconds, and also later you can turn that into a 3D object that you can open with Blender or some 3D software out there. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.